Welcome to Monday's edition of the Floating Head Chronicles, and we all fucking hate this ceiling fan. If you know, you know. Auntie Bev finally did one right thing and is allowing Dr. Russell to testify. So if you guys don't recall, Mr. Hanky Pank wanted to discredit Dr. Russell and not have her testify for round 2 of this chaos. And she was put through 2 days of rigorous back and forth between the defense and the prosecution and Auntie Bev, and everybody asking her questions to find out if she was able to determine if a dog actually bit John's arm, which we all fucking know it did. Stop fucking playing games. A car never hit that man. Stop it. We all want justice for Karen Reed because we know that she did not hit this man with a car. They should have said some other thing. But everybody, scientifically and top level of their field, have stated that no car hit that man. Doesn't matter what kind of make or model it was, impossible. And she is very adamant that the wounds that were on John's arm were canine dog wounds, either by a bite or by scratch marks. Now you guys could try to screenshot it and zoom in, but it is court document. You can look that up. And also I will upload it on the Tube of You so you can see them clearly. But this was going over the actual legal documents. So before the court could exercise discretion to admit expert testimony, the party seeking to offer the testimony, here's the defendant must establish 5 foundational elements. That the expert testimony will assist the trier of fact because the information is beyond the common knowledge of jurors. So in order for Dr. Russell to testify, they wanted to prove these 5 foundational elements. That the expert testimony will assist the trier of facts because the information is beyond the common knowledge of the jurors. That the witness is qualified as an expert in the relevant area of inquiry. That the expert's opinion is based on facts or data of a type reasonably relied on by experts to form opinions in the relevant field. That the theory underlying the opinions is reliable and that the theory is applied to the particular facts of the case in a reliable manner. Here, the recognition of dog bite wounds is not within the common knowledge of the layperson and requires expert testimony. And Dr. Russell is a qualified expert as to these topics. She is a board-certified emergency medical doctor with over 30 years of experience, is trained in forensic pathology, and has conducted over 500 autopsies. With the respect to the dog bites, specifically, Dr. Russell has treated hundreds of wounds resulting from dog attacks during her time as an emergency room doctor and co-authored peer-reviewed articles on the treatment of law enforcement canine bites in an emergency room. Lastly, informing her opinion in the case, Dr. Russell conducted a differential diagnosis based on the pattern of the victim's wounds and the characteristics, and supported her theory with references to peer-reviewed publications. So, this woman has gone out of her way to show you, I am the top of my field. Nobody is above me in the amount of cases that I've been in, yet everybody's trying to discredit her. Now, if you see below, accordingly, the court finds that Dr. Russell's testimony satisfies the 5 foundational elements and therefore will allow Dr. Russell to testify as to whether the abrasions on John O'Keefe's right arm were caused by a dog. In so ruling, the court recognizes that on cross-examination, the Commonwealth demonstrated, amongst other things, that Dr. Russell's expertise primarily concerns the treatment, not the identification of dog bites, that her evaluation of the abrasions failed to consider all available information. So she has not compared the abrasions with the dentation of the German Shepherd in question, and that her opinion is inconsistent with findings that there was no canine DNA in the area of the victim's clothing near the abrasions. Now, we all know that too because they never swabbed John's arm. They swabbed his shirt. So how are you going to find anything matching that dog if you're not even swabbing where the wound was? That part never made any sort of sense because they didn't want us to see that part. So, however, the court concludes that these issues go to the weight of Dr. Russell's testimony, not its admissibility, and can be addressed during cross-examination on trial. So, Auntie Bev signed below, and they denied Hanky Pank's motion to exclude her from the testimony. So this is a big win because we needed her. They kind of silenced her up and they chewed her up and spit her out a couple times now. And this poor woman is just overqualified for her job, but is needed here because this is a ridiculous waste of time and money. We know that this didn't happen. We know that those cops did not do their job or their due diligence. Let's just wait until, what is it, the 16th? So we can find out exactly what's going on with Mr. Michael Proctor and get to the bottom of it because feds, step in. This is crazy. We should not have to go to a round 2 of court. This is just like the craziest thing of how many drop balls and how we're never really going to know exactly what happened to John unless someone confesses or rolls on someone. Let's be quite real. Now, what happened with the dang dog? Is Chloe still alive? You know, I saw Turtle Boy was stating that there was some documentation coming forward that they found the dog and they're getting dental impressions. Like, what? So why didn't they use that in the first round? What is happening? I do not believe for 1 second that that dog is still alive. Rest in peace, Chloe. I do not believe it. That dog disappeared somewhere between that nighttime and 6 o'clock in the morning when John O'Keefe was found. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. This is just crazy. I just can't. And the ceiling fan and everything else, it's just wild. And Karen, keep your head up, girl. You got a whole tribe behind you that just knows that you didn't do this. They should have went another route with it, but the vehicle is what they stuck with, and it's just not mathing. Hope you guys have a good rest of your night.